Hey there, folks. This is Mead Newman with Renewed Spirit Healing. And I think today, one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about, as this is an episode of Notes from My Garden, I wanted to talk to you about waiting, which is not something that I necessarily do marvelously well, but there is something that can be learned in depth in the garden and in our lives. There's a time for moving and there's a time for waiting. One of the things that makes a garden more capable of bringing life in the summer, in the spring, in the fall, the thing that allows us to have magnificent harvests, is its capability of nurturing itself during the winter. Um, a lot of us kind of get into this work hard, play hard mentality. And it's a place that doesn't serve us very well. Because when you look at your energy signature, if you are always pushing energy out of you, but only barely trickle charging it in, or expecting you to do all of the charging at night when you're asleep, it's kind of like a garden expecting to overcome the effects of a drought with one rainstorm. No matter how much water comes down, you can have more water come down than the garden can accept. This is where we get flooding. So if we are not trying to encourage flooding situations in our own life, then we need to think about those places that we use to refill and recharge. And part of that is learning to turn off, learning to turn our minds off, learning to step away from the chaos, from the confusion. Breathe. Let the sounds creep in. Let the world's breathing bring your breath rate down. Let the world's pulse bring your pulse to a slower, calmer place. You can only relax the muscles that you're aware that you're holding tight. You can only hold so much on your shoulders. But when you can breathe and you can physically, energetically, and emotionally allow what is outside of you that is beautiful, that is brilliant, that is life-giving and life-creating, allow that to flow into you, to fill you. That is what heals the deep wounds. That is what allows us to feel less raw. It soothes the nerves, mental and emotional and physical. Because remember, our nerves, our physical body nerves, are moving the emotional sensations. So when you're dealing with stress on a day-to-day life, then that stress, almost like a kind of friction or static, gets built up in the body. And it can cause some really major discomforts. It's not just lack of sleeping or the ability to be calm in a situation. It's also the ability, if you have that kind of static in your body on a regular basis, it can build up as physical pain. It can build up as just random muscle twinges. It can build up and manifest into disease. And it all will make sense to you. If you are someone who is always worrying about people, and then you develop a heart condition, why is this so strange? if you are forever worried about your words and suppressing anger and biting your tongue, and then you develop dental issues or gum and jaw issues or TMJ, why would this be surprising? This is a pattern that makes absolute sense. So these are the kinds of things that they may not be healing for a specific problem, but when you take your lifestyle and you inject on a regular basis deep moments of silence, of stillness, of love, of relaxation, then you encourage your body to be able to find its balance and become more skillful at keeping the balance. And the more often you can keep your balance, the more comfortable you stay and stable you stay, then the more you will be capable of healing. So that's my thought, my notes from the garden. It's the constant calm. Go to your gardens. Understand how your gardens create that amazing, loving, deep meditational effect. And if you don't understand that, try just going out in your backyard for a minute. It doesn't have to be an amazing garden of, 1,000 things being grown in it. It can be the little patch of grass that you have by your front door. It's wherever you find your green space. Take into mind the deep stillness that the land can give you. That's where health begins. Now, if you like the kinds of things that I've been talking about, I encourage you to think about becoming a sponsor. Contributions are absolutely gratefully received at PayPal through Renewed Spirit. You can also take a look on my website, and you can either donate to us or you can schedule a session. I even have some products, so you can take a look. We can do the bath salts. I have a anti-inflammatory salve and an easy breathing salve, and I'm coming out with a line of kind of aromatherapeutic beard balms. So I look forward to seeing and hearing from you. If you want me to address a particular kind of issue, or you're trying to work your way through something and you think it would be a good idea for a video, get in touch with me. The website is www.renewedspirithealing.com, and you can find me on Facebook as well, and Instagram. Facebook, I'm Renewed Spirit Healing. Instagram, I'm Mead Newman. So you can take a look and find me in lots of different places. I love hearing from people. So until the next time, lights, blessings.